And we're live.
You are speech Cuba. I am fancy.
And we're live.
All right.
We're officially live.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if everything's alright. Yep, officially live.
Nice. Oh, can you send me the link?
Yeah, just a second.
Flip, let's go.
This is the link.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
So let's go. Let's start off with questions.
All right.
So first question, do you want to do it, Jonathan?
My name is Jonathan. I am speech Cuba.
So let's start off with the first question. How did you find out about the Rubik's Cube? How did you start cubing in the first place?
Okay, so I found out about the Rubik's Cube probably like 10 years ago when I saw one in like a store or something, and then I bought it, but then obviously I couldn't solve it because I was like 6. And then 3 years ago, I watched a YouTube. Actually I was at my friend's house, and there was a Rubik's Cube on his desk. And then while he was in the washroom, I just picked it up and started scrambling it. And then he came back and he's like, "What? Why did you scramble it? Now I'm not gonna be able to solve it." And he's like, "Okay, now you have to learn to solve it." So then for the next like 2 days that I was at his house, I just learned how to solve it from YouTube, and then it just went from there.
Nice.
Your home is the method Roux.
How much the what?
How do you meet the method Roux?
Oh, Roux method?
Yeah.
After about a week of using the beginner method, I wanted to move on. So then I just searched up speed cubing methods, and then I found, I think, the speed solving wiki page that had information about CFOP, Roux, ZZ, and Petrus. So reading the descriptions of the methods, I saw that Petrus is the most efficient. So then I'm like, okay, let's learn Petrus. But then there isn't really a YouTube tutorial for Petrus, so I tried to learn it, but that didn't work. So then I just picked the second most efficient one, which was Roux.
Nice.
Yeah.
So does Roux have the potential to be as fast as CFOP?
I think it does. It's more efficient, but arguably you can't turn as fast, so I think it balances out somehow.
What's your purpose in time of some areas from time to time?
Of doing different ones?
Yeah.
So doing different CMLLs allows me to influence the next step of Roux, which is LSE. So if I get all edges oriented, I can use a CMLL that preserves that. So I get basically a skip. Or if I get all edges flipped, I can use an algorithm that flips a couple edges so I don't get a 6 flip.
Makes sense. Nice.
I guess it's sort of like using different OLLs or OLLCPs, so you don't get like a G perm or a Y perm in PLL.
Yeah. Do you use Roux for 2x one-handed, and do you think it's equal or better than CFOP and ZZ?
Okay, so yeah, I use Roux for OH. I definitely think it's better, just because in Roux one-handed, you can turn pretty fast during the second block, and you can be really, really efficient with it. I think my move count in OH is like low 40s, so you don't need to turn like that fast, like 6 or 7 TPS to be fast. I know Antoine, his one-handed solves can sometimes be like 60, 65, 70 moves, which is really like that's a lot of moves. So he has to turn like 6 TPS, 7 TPS to be that fast. But with Roux, like with 40 moves, I can turn what, like 4 TPS, and that's still like a 10-second solve.
Yeah.
What method do you use in the 44?
4x4? I use Mayer, so it's like Yao for Roux, but instead of building, so it starts with the same 2 steps. You build the first 2 centers, and then the second step is similar. So instead of 3 cross edges, you just add 2 corners to make a first block.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then after that, you just do the last 4 centers and then edge pairing. And once you're done at edge pairing, you just finish with the Roux method, except now you have a first block skip.
It seems very common for people who use Roux and 3x3 to use Mir and 4x4.
Yep. I think there are quite a few other 4x4 methods that are sort of Roux-like. Like K4 is a sort of blockability-ish, and then there's Stadler. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I think Kaijun uses Stadler, and he's sub 40.
What are your mains for each event?
All right. So for 2x2, I use this Yushin White. It's pretty fast. This one's actually really new. And then for a one-handed, I use these Volks, stickerless Volks. I don't know which one I use, but they're both about the same. For 3x3 two-handed, sometimes I use a Volk, sometimes I use this Gan Air UM. And then for 4x4, I use a Cyclone Boys, but I don't really do 4x4 anymore.
Do you use the hooks, the 2 and 2?
The what? Yeah, the 2 Volks.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of Roux? Knowing that recent world records have been with CPOP.
So I'd say the disadvantages are that not a lot of people use it, and there's not as many resources or developments on it. CFOP, there's so many different variations, alg sets, different things you can do with it. Except Roux, just because not that many people use it, there haven't been as many developments. Also with Roux, sometimes the look ahead can be difficult because pieces can be stuck in the back, like this one in the bottom.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have no idea what that is, but with CFOP, that would be filled in by a cross edge, so you know it's there. Also, most of the solve is intuitive, actually 75% of it. So if you have bad look ahead or you get nervous in a competition, that can really mess you up. Whereas in CFOP, once you plan out the cross, you just have F2L left, and then OLL, PLL. You can usually rely on that, and you can spam TPS, and then you don't have to have any look ahead or anything. And then, what else is there? I'd say the move set is slightly worse because doing in second block R wide moves, R moves, and M moves is worse than just doing like RUF for CFOP F2L.
Yeah.
So I think those are most of the disadvantages. Now the advantages I would say are you can plan quite a bit into the solution in inspection. Like CFOP, you can plan the most advanced solvers can plan the cross and maybe the first 2 pairs. But then what I'm doing now is trying to plan the first block and almost all of second block. So the DR edge as well as the first pair. So that only leaves the last pair. So it was CFOP, that would be like planning 3 pairs in inspection, which is pretty hard once you have a really easy scramble. Other than that, the advantages would be efficiency and less algs, but then again, at the super advanced level, you're going to be learning a lot of algs anyway. And if you're that committed to cubing, I think no one really shies away from learning algs. And I think LSC still has a lot of room for improvement. So right now, I think most of the LSC subsets and techniques that there are give a average move count about 15. But I think with more development, we can get that down to like 11 or 12.
What's the most common error you see in the hoax application?
The most common error?
Yeah.
Common error.
I don't know. I would say a lot of people try to solve like CFOP and they don't take advantage of M slices, and they're not more efficient, so they'll just be solving their pairs like F2L. And also, I think another part that a lot of people mess up is LSC, specifically for EO. Instead of like getting to this arrow within like 3 to 5 moves, what they end up doing is doing way too many M slice moves and just stuff like that, and then finally getting to it. Or what I see other people doing sometimes is using like OLL algorithms. So for this, instead of getting into arrow, they'll do like that OLL.
Yeah. One gamer asked in the chat, what do you think about the 2x2 chi calves?
Oh, the chi calves? Oh, I haven't tried that one.
Right.
Is that a budget cube?
I don't think so. Wait, is it?
Chi calves.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Oh, it's like $6.
Calves? Oh, yes. Yeah, that's probably a budget action. That's probably a budget action. And our friend asked in the chat, if you have any tips for LLC.
For LSC, I would say learn the most efficient way to get the arrow. So I think I have a page on my website dedicated to that. And also another thing is learning to predict the 4C. So the cycle at the end, where you get something like this, it can be pretty hard to figure out by only looking at the front. So tracking this edge that's at the back lets you figure out intuitively what the cycle is, so you don't have to pause between the last two parts.
Nice.
What's our secret to speeding our puzzles?
To speeding up our puzzles?
Yeah.
So like, to getting faster in Roux and puzzles, like in general.
I'd say it's just a lot of practice. Like over summers, when I don't have school, most of the day I just sit down and practice. I remember last summer I was averaging like, actually let me pull it up right here. Sheets progress. Last summer, actually no, let's do the summer before that. So summer of like 2015. In June I was averaging 9.9. In September I was 8.9. So I went from sub 10 to sub 9 in like 2 or 3 months. And that's just from over the summer sitting down and practicing 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
Nice. That's a big improvement.
Yeah. But then for the rest of the year I didn't improve that much because I was busy with school. I couldn't practice.
Yeah.
What's a secret to the method Roux?
I don't think there's that much of a secret to Roux. If there's a secret to Roux, then there has to be a secret to CFOP. There's no like zeroing or anything like that. You just have to practice with it, experiment, figure out what works for you, and explore around online, watch YouTube, search up guides, algs. Yeah, it's not that much to it.
Yeah. What are your goals for Worlds?
For Worlds, I'd say one-handed and 2x2. I want to make finals. I think it'd be easier for one-handed, I guess, because 2x2 it's easier to mess up, and the competition for 2x2 is insane this year. There's like Lucas, Jay, Chris, Kevin, Anthony, Masiej, all the fast European guys plus the American guys.
Yeah.
And then for 3x3, for now I just want to make finals. I think that'll be good, and then just have fun overall, beat some PBs.
Felix or Lucas Zero?
Felix.
Do you always use yourself with Roux or... Wait. You can go, yeah. You can go. Right. Do you always do your solves with Roux, or depending on the scramble, do you use another method?
No, I always use Roux. Actually, that's a bit of a lie. So, in this official solve, I think 2 years ago, there was like a one-move cross on white. So then I was gonna do CFOP just for the fun of it, but then what ended up happening is that I DNF'd because the timer didn't start.
Oh.
But I would have used CFOP for that one solve.
And do you know if you would have gotten like an average time for you?
I would have gotten like an 8 or a 9, so nothing that horrible. Actually, it's not that bad, but that's a good single for CFOP for me. I average like 13 or 12.
Yeah. Nice.
Do you method your use to the square one?
Square one?
Yeah, do you use Roux for square one?
I don't know how to solve square one.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
I don't have
never
one.
mind. Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
Do you think you could get a world record in the near future?
In the near future, if I get lucky, and if I stop getting nervous, but maybe like in a couple of years, yeah.
Believe in champion in the world?
What champion?
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yes.
Maybe. Maybe.
Somebody's telling us to ask you about your sponsorship with Speed Cube Shop.
All right, so basically, I get free cubes, and yeah, that's the most simple way to put it.
I'd enjoy having that.
And I get some shirts. Those are cool.
Nice. How do you increase your TPS to the point that you are now?
I think the best thing I can do would be to drill my CMLLs and maybe try to find better ones. And then for first block, I would say learning how to plan more finger tricky first blocks instead of more efficient first blocks, because mine are already pretty efficient. Just sometimes I can't start a solve because I see all these M moves and B moves and I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. I need to find a more finger tricky way to do it. And for second block improving TPS, I'd say finding more efficient, more finger tricky ways to solve pairs. Like, I think every week someone posts in the Roux Facebook group and asks how to solve a specific pair, and then I comment my solution, and then someone else will usually comment a better one that's faster and more finger tricky. So then I think just asking around and collaborating with other people is going to help with that.
What do you think is better to do? Trying to learn a new algorithm or to get better in one that is not very good, that you already know?
I'd say just learn a new algorithm if you have a bad one.
Nice. And who are your who do you, how to ask this? What are your references for speed cubing?
Like who do I look up to?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'd say, I guess, Felix, Alex Lau, Kai Junlin. Yeah. And Gilles Roux. He's a cool guy.
And what do you think will happen to Roux in the future? Do you think more people are going to use it, or do you think it's going to die out?
I don't think it's going to die out. It would be pretty hard for it to completely die out, because it's, no matter what, someone's going to find it on the internet and learn it instead of CFOP. But in terms of it getting more popular, I think we just need more people to use it at competitions and get good results, and more YouTubers to use it. I know Critical Cubing switched recently, and he has what, like 12,000 subscribers. So just getting it more into the community and more publicity would help a lot.
Yeah. How much do you think EO influence? How much
I think EO influencing? Oh yeah, I see it.
okay.
Oh, hi Yuri. Okay, so I'd say it's good up to the point where you start using algs that are significantly slower than your standard CMLL. So if like you have an FSXCF prime case and you're doing like a 15 move algorithm trying to preserve or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's probably like 13, 14 moves. And you're using like super long algorithm trying to preserve a EO skip, then I don't think it's worth it. But if you're just adding a couple moves and avoiding a 6 flip or forcing an arrow, then I think it's definitely worth it.
Nice.
After T3, what do you think should be the next step?
One-handed. Because it's very similar and you don't need to buy anything new.
that's like a very unique response, because most of the times when I see people answering that question, they normally answer like 2x2 or 4x4.
Oh, I'd say, yeah, I'd say one-handed. You don't need to buy anything new. You can just use your 3x3, and it's very similar, so you'll already be okay at it, I guess. You just have to learn how to turn, and then you're set.
Nice. What do you think is your best achievement in cubing in general?
Cubing in general, best achievement. I'd say it's just my at-home times. I don't think my competition times are anything special yet. And then I think my YouTube channel, I'm pretty proud of that.
Nice. So Yuri asked a while ago, let me see if I can find a question. Do you think you would be faster if you didn't suck at LSC?
I don't know if he's asking about one-handed or two-handed, because I definitely don't suck at LSE two-handed. But I suck at LSE one-handed. So yes for one-handed, two-handed. I mean, if my LSE was better, yes, I'd be faster. But I don't think LSE is limiting me in two-handed right now. I'd say it's first block.
Nice. We don't have many new questions right now. Let's just make up a question. If you like actually found a method with Petrus, do you think you would like be using Petrus right now, or you have switched?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd be using Petrus, because what happened is, from reading the text guide, I was trying to figure out how to make the 2x2x2 block for the first step of Petrus, but then what would end up happening every time is I'd build this this basically 2x2x1, and then I couldn't figure out how to add the other three pieces here. So then once I started learning Roux, I was like, okay, I already know how to do the first part of first block. But if I had figured out how to do Petrus from that text tutorial, then I think I would have been using it now.
And do you think, like, if you would have been using it now, do you think you would be like as fast or close to as fast as you are now?
Yeah, I think it would have been as fast. I think it would have depended on how many algorithms I would have learned, because the intuitive steps, most of that, the improvement would have been the same as Roux. But for the last layer of Petrus, there's a lot you can do with it. You can do COLL and then EPLL. You can do OLL, PLL, but you can also do ZBLL, and you can do the thing Tau U does, which is Petrus CT, which is like ZZCT except for Petrus.
When do you think the 3 Rapids will end?
When do I think the what will end?
It's the seconds. 3 seconds.
Oh, the 3 seconds?
Or no?
What? So what? Like, to what point do you think like people's like Felix's or fast people's averages are going to decrease to? Like, do you think it's going to stop at any point, or?
Oh, I think there's like a limit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, that's hard to say. I think with current methods and current cubes, a sub-6 average in competition is definitely possible, and I think you can be sub-6 global. But beyond that, like below 5.5, I think then it's going to get really difficult, and we have to get either new methods or cubes that allow us to turn ridiculously fast.
Yudi asks, do you think your 21 move solution is the most efficient sub 10 speed solve ever?
I think I have it. Wait, doesn't someone have a 20 mover? I swear, I remember last week someone posted like a 20 mover in the Roux Facebook group.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine seeing like doing like the 15-second senior solve in like 20 moves.
I mean, I didn't plan the whole solve, but I think I got a CMLL skip, and then the LFC was like 5 or 6 moves or something, and it was really easy.
Oh, nice.
Have I worked it? Have I worked it?
Have I what?
Yes.
Sorry, I missed the question. What'd you ask?
Have a worked? Sorry, I'm very bad.
Wait. Wait, John, can you send me that question? Wait, let me just ask another one. Volks, Moyu, or Genzer?
Oh, I'd say for one-handed Volk, for two-handed Ganza Air.
Nice. Do you work like anywhere?
Not currently.
Right. Do you live only from the Rubik's Cube? Like, do you live out of the Rubik's Cube, or?
No. I live from eating and sleeping and drinking water. It would be pretty interesting if you could live off of a cube. I think that's how Felix does it.
Probably. Like, he eats cubes for breakfast.
I don't think anyone's
Like
seen him
dinner.
eat. I don't think anyone's seen him eat or sleep. Like, people go to restaurants after competitions, and Felix will just be there eating his cubes.
Will you go to the Canadian? Do you go to Canadian competitions, or will you?
Yes, I go to Canadian competitions because I live in Canada, but I don't have any future competitions in Canada planned.
Oh, okay. Somebody's asking in the chat, what are you eating?
Oh, this is the rest of my breakfast. It's just some strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries.
Nice. You're eating healthy things. Keep up with that.
Yeah.
Kian, sorry for anything. I will not stay much because I'm very cold.
Who's very cold? You're very cold?
Yeah, he has a cold.
Oh. Okay.
Any other questions? So Lone Gamer also asks, do you think there will be a new 2x2 WR, or do you think this is the last one? Like the most recent one's the last one?
If that's asking about single, then possibly. Actually, I think single can get down to low 0.4, I'd say, maybe 0.41-ish. But for average, definitely 1.51 is gonna get beat. I think actually it's gonna get beat at Worlds. Someone's gonna get like 1.3 or 1.4.
Nice. Somebody's asking in the chat, how old are you?
I am 16.
And Yudi's asking in the chat as well, do you even lift?
Yes, do you? Okay, Yuri.
I do actually, sometimes.
I was asking Yuri, but sure.
Oh, he probably does though.
No, he doesn't.
Stop, 16 years?
Yeah, I'm 16 years old.
16?
Did you think I was older or younger?
You seem like 18 or 20.
Oh, a lot of people say that. I don't know why. Only on YouTube and online though.
So our friend is asking if you and Antoine are close friends.
Yeah, we text quite a bit over Facebook, and he's been in my house. He stayed for like 2 days, and that was fun.
Nice.
I haven't seen him in like 3 months though. Wait. Yeah, 3 months.
Did you ever think you would get like as fast as you are now and probably be like the best Roupser in the world? Which you probably are.
I mean, as soon as I learned how to solve the cube, I knew I wanted to get fast because at that time the world record was Matt's Volk 5.55. After I saw the video, I'm like, okay, I want to be that fast. So I always wanted to, but I don't think I thought I was gonna get this far. I knew I could get sub 10. Like once I got sub 20 after just a couple months, I thought sub 10 would be achievable. But after sub 10, I was like, okay, maybe I can get sub 8. And then after that, the improvement just kept coming. So
Nice.
it sort of happened from there.
Nice.
Use the twist the web.
Twist the web, sure. See if I remember how to use that.
Do you prefer big cubes or small ones, like in size? Like,
Oh, I don't think cube size really affects me. I've used like 57 millimeter cubes as my mains, and I've used 56 millimeter ones. I don't think I have any 55 millimeter cubes, but I might be wrong. But I think most cubes are 56 nowadays, so it's actually 55 and a half, but whatever.
yeah.
At least for the Volk.
I personally prefer the Maru Nano Cube.
How big is that? Like a
I
centimeter
don't know,
big?
like 17 millimeters or something.
Oh, that's small.
Very small. Like, do you find yourself doing like involuntary finger tricks sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes when I mess up and I'm trying to do something in second block, usually my hand will slip and I'll do like a D move, or I'll try to do an R, but then my thumb will get stuck on the middle and I'll do an R wide.
Oh, that's definitely.
Oh, Enzo's here. Okay, he asked EOLR or CMLLEO and why. I'd say EOLR because there's way less cases and it's pretty intuitive, so you can learn it in like probably a week.
Nice.
Or you can learn how to do all the cases in like a day, but to get actually implementing it, it'll take a while. And CMLLEO, there's so many cases, and I don't think the algorithms will be that good. So that's why I'd say EOLR is better. Yuri says, lol, I've +2 in a comp because of a D.
It happens every time. So a question that I just made up. What would you say to somebody who just like finished using beginners and is like thinking of going to Roux, but like thinking of going to CFOP as well?
Oh, I just say learn both and then see which one you like better.
Nice. What do you think is your next?
In the end, I don't think it matters what method they pick.
Yeah.
Because if they want to get fast, they're going to have to practice with it just the same.
Exactly, yeah. What do you think is your next step? Maybe the WR?
My next what?
Your next like step in cubing. Like your next thing that you're trying to get into.
I think I can get national record average for 3x3. And then after that, we'll just have to see.
The national for so
Yeah.
Canadian, right?
Yeah, Canadian 3x3 average. It's like 7.1 right now.
Oh, you can get it, yeah.
Yeah. Unless Bill or Antoine beats it at Worlds, but I'll be there too, so we'll see.
So do you want to do some more questions, or you're gonna finish off right here?
I don't know. You decide. Lol, I almost forgot you don't even have an NR.
Roasted.
Yep.
Let's just.
How many hours of training you dedicate to the Cube?
How many what?
How much time in a day, or like, yeah, how much time in a day do you dedicate to cubing?
I mean, in summer when I don't have school, it can be several hours, maybe like anywhere between like 2 and 8, or 2 and 8.
Whoa.
But when I have school, I get home at like 5, and then I work out until like 7, and then I do homework until like 8:39. So maybe half an hour to 1 hour on a school day.
Right. And do you think that matters, like how many hours you dedicate? Do you think that matters a lot in like to getting faster?
Yeah, definitely.
And what's your favorite event that doesn't include like anything? That doesn't include 3x3 at all.
2x2. Basically, the only 3 events I practice now are 3x3, one-handed, and 2x2.
Well, right. And like earlier, you said that one of your inspirations for like one of the people who you one of your inspirations giving are Kaijin Lin.
Yep.
Right. So you also do blind.
I can do blind. I used to want to get really fast at blind. I think when I was at my best, I was averaging like 45, 50 seconds. But then when school started this year, by the time I would get cubing, so like 9 p.m. or later. I'd be just so tired from school and my brain would be fried. So I tried to memorize and I'd just be like falling asleep and I couldn't remember anything. So it's like, okay, I can't do this anymore. So I don't think I've done a blind solve in like a year.
Well, you still like know how to do blind, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still know how to do it. Yeah, I remember my turbo algorithms and I think I forgot most of my corner comms, but I can just use old Puckman and it'll be okay.
Nice. Do you think EOFB or just general FB stuff is worth it?
If you have the look ahead to be able to do that, then yes. But if you can't, I don't think it's that good.
Alright. And do you enjoy 3x3 fewest moves?
Fewest moves? No. It takes way too long and I don't have the patience. And
Same.
I've done it a couple times. I usually end up getting like 35, 40 move solutions. And then I feel like I've wasted a whole hour.
So one gamer asks, what about feet? Have you been training it?
No, I don't practice feet. I've done like maybe 10 solves in total. It's actually pretty funny because with Roux doing LSC is weird. So then I like made my own way of finger tricking the M slice. So I like put one foot on top like this, and then I use my other foot and like sort of flick the middle with my thumb.
Whoa. Nice. So Genesis has to leave real quick. So,
All right.
yeah. Actually, I think it's better if we end off right here.
Okay.
Just like close to an hour. Just one last
Stop
question
time,
from
please.
just one last question from Yuri. Do you think Roux FNC is good practice?
It depends how you're doing it. If you're taking a whole hour, then no. Maybe if you take like 5 minutes, try out different first blocks. Like trying to get stupid efficient with Roux, trying to like do different first blocks and see how they affect like CMLL. You're never gonna be able to do that in a real solve, but just trying to find the best first blocks and the second block solutions that can be useful.
Nice. And one last question after the last question. Have you ever tried Kevin's OH F2B style?
Have I ever tried it? I'll try
Yeah.
it right now. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, you will? Right. Let's see.
Okay, now I have to remember how Kevin does it. So he does... Wait. Oh, this is going to be weird. Because I have to build the first block on the right side, and then... Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, this is going to be so bad. What? Where? I can't... Okay. There's first block. Oh, okay, now I know why he doesn't do M slices. Okay, that was like a 22. Oh. That was very weird.
Can you explain a little bit what that is? Because, like...
Okay, so basically, Kevin uses his right hand for one-handed. So when he builds his first block on the left, he has good access to the left side of the cube. But then when he does second block, he has to do a Z rotation. So then instead of doing R and U moves, now he's doing L moves instead of the U layer and U moves instead of the R layer, which is better for right-handed. But then the bad part about that is that he can't do M moves because he can't really abuse the table because the M slice is now the E slice, like this.
Oh, wow.
So then he has to do like U. To do M, he has to do U and then U wide prime.
It's weird.
So then when I tried doing it, it was completely backwards for me because I'm left-handed, one-handed. So then I had to build my first block on the right side instead of the left.
Whoa. Right. One last question after the last question after the last question.
That's a lot of after the...
Yeah. What cube do you think is a good 3x3 for someone who solves a cube in more than 30 seconds? Like, not so 30.
I think any cube would be good. Like honestly, you could use a Vault, you could use a GANs, but those are kind of expensive. Not the Vault, but the GANs is definitely expensive. So something cheaper, like probably a Thunderclap, would be your best option.
Nice. Just
Oh, we already got a 23.8 using Captain's OH style.
whoa.
I think that's what that is, but I'm not sure.
I cannot even imagine getting a 23 one-handed. I average like 110.
Oh, do you practice though?
No.
Okay, that's why then.
And just like to finish off, what do you like? What tips would you give to somebody who is like trying to get fast with Roux?
Practice every
As a
day
general.
and be completely obsessed with it. If you're thinking about it all the time and watching YouTube and researching, making algs, thinking about blocks, then you're gonna get better.
Nice. So we're gonna finish off the live stream right here. Thanks for
All right,
participating, Kian.
you're welcome.
And yeah, let's finish it off right here.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, everyone.